Okay, we're recording. So, season 5, episode 6. We are back.
Episode 6. It is better to marry than burn.
A Bible reference.
Yes, Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
Paul.
Not a big fan of Paul.
No.
Better to marry than to burn. Yeah.
Yes, and
used to, is it used as an argument against celibate priests and all that stuff? But yeah.
But it's also was used quite a bit in my conservative Baptist background to get married early.
yeah. Because
so
God
that you wouldn't have to
forbid
burn,
lust, or have sex before you get married.
Correct.
So we've got to get married in order to get that done. Of course, that was going to come up because hey, that's who we are. What'd you think?
What did you think? So I've got a couple of things I could say, but I like to know your opinion first because I'm having a hard time.
I think for my thing is I'm sitting there going, okay, so every other one so far I seem to like.
Yeah, this one really bothered me in several different ways.
Yeah, it didn't. There's a couple things I was like, but it didn't really bother me so much. It just didn't really do much for me. Whereas, of course, last episode we were just like Muppet, like in our enthusiasm, right?
Yes.
But this one, it was kind of like, wow, they're already back to Jocasta. Like it felt really quick. It felt like she's getting married already, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, she was getting married in the other one, so she was, she got married in at the beginning of the book. In the book, so she gets married at the beginning of the book, doesn't she?
They delayed it.
No,
she didn't get married. No, because remember, this is all like,
the priest couldn't be there.
Exactly.
And so they has to, and so this does happen this way. Right.
Yeah.
But so I thought that the depiction of Jocasta, because this does come out in the book, this whole story of Jocasta, she has 3 daughters. She loses the final daughter as they're taking the gold away, and they've simplified the story quite a bit. But the gist of it is there, and they've held that portion of it together. And I thought that the scene with her and Murtagh was just gorgeous. I mean, they, in the after conversation when the producers and the talk about it, they said that the director, who was a female this time, really gave that scene room to breathe, and you could see it.
You could tell. I thought the best part in the episode
I did
with
too.
her and Murtagh.
I loved that because then you saw, because the whole thing with her and Murtagh is made up for the series, but just like the issues with Jayme and Claire, there's got to be a tearing apart, and that's what happens here for Jocasta. She's made a choice that she can't do that again. She can't be with somebody who would choose the cause over the family.
And I completely understood that. So, the note that I made is, thankfully we know more about Jocasta now. She's just been kind of not bit character, doesn't sound quite right, but she has just she's been there, but we don't really know who she is or what motivates her or why she does what she does, that kind of stuff. So now I feel like we do know a lot more about that. We know what drives her. We know her history. And using Murtagh as a foil for that, as kind of that revelation, I thought worked really, really well. I really enjoyed that bit of it.
Right.
And her not wanting to be with a man who puts the cause above her or above love or above family. I really resonated with that. I thought that was great. Meanwhile,
because that's something that Jayme never did, and that's kind of the difference there. Is Jayme never put the cause above his family, and in fact, he put his family above the cause by sending Claire through the stone with Bree.
Yeah, that's true. But in this particular episode, though, it did kind of set up Jayme as the cause to get revenge. being higher than the need for his family and Claire's rings and that kind of stuff. So it was kind of, as you were, as Jocasta was saying that, I was like, ooh, but Jayme's doing that right now too, So I thought that play was quite good. The rest of it though, well, okay, all right. So let's be fair. Roger, brilliant. I still love Roger. I still loved what he did at the Ridge. You didn't like it?
No.
You didn't like it? Okay.
No. Okay, so I love Roger. I don't get me wrong. I love Roger. I found this to be, my feminism kind of came out of this. So in the books, Roger comes back with Jayme.
Yeah.
And Bree has been the one who's taken care of the Ridge.
Right.
Bree has used her brilliant brain and her engineering abilities to take care of all the things that happen at the Ridge.
Right.
And Roger, throughout the entire book, is not good at this.
Yeah.
He never, ever gets to be the hero, really, in this book. Yeah. And I think the writers are afraid that if he's not the hero, then things are a problem. So what they've done is that they've sacrificed Bree's heroics and given them to Roger.
Yeah,
and I was pissed.
Yeah, that's true. You're right about that.
I was not happy about that at all. Bree holds the Ridge together, and her father trusts her with that. And Roger has to follow in her footsteps. And, far be it from anyone
God forbid
that a man actually follows his wife because she's the hero. Yeah. We see this a lot with Jayme, and Jayme's willing to do that and has asked Roger to do that, but that's not what happens here. And by the way, there are no swarming locusts in North Carolina. Can we just say that now? That they have taken something from Little House on the Prairie that happens in the middle of the 19th century and plopped it in the 18th century hills of North Carolina. There aren't even any swarming locusts at all in North Carolina.
You get the cicadas, but they don't swarm in that kind of way.
They don't eat ravenously at all. Yeah. Cicadas are not the same as the grasshopper locusts that they're talking about. The only place where these grasshopper locusts were in North America were on the plains. They were from Texas to Minnesota out to California. And now they're extinct. I mean, there's only a few of them. They don't even swarm. There are only 2 places on Earth. I looked this up. There are only 2 places on Earth that do not have swarming locusts right now. One of them is North America, and the other is Antarctica.
Oh, that's funny.
I feel like the same person who put the Spanish moss up in the trees at the Ridge is the person who wrote this bit about the locusts.
Do your homework, people.
North America is not one giant plain.
Yeah.
And we're not just the mountains. It's whoever you are in Scotland, please get it right, because everybody in North Carolina knows you didn't.
All right, so I'm really entertained by that. I think that's hilarious. Okay, so aren't they being fair? In the book, though, there's a swarm. In the book, this happens.
I didn't see it in the book.
Did you not?
I
totally remember them having to burn fields or having to do that. Oh gosh, now I should have.
I went back to Fiery Cross and took a look at it.
Right.
And I looked up grasshopper and I looked up locusts. Swarm? And I didn't find, I can look up swarm right now, but because it's right here.
Maybe it's not Fiery Cross. Maybe it's a different book.
Swarms of children commence to swarm in the afternoon. It might be in a different swarm, like bees. Militias are swarming.
We can let any reader or any watchers, listeners, people out there, if you read this in the book, tell us where it was.
Please.
It sounds familiar to me. I was sitting there going, "Oh, I think I remember this," but I didn't remember
it at all.
Okay.
But what I did remember was that it happened in Little House on the Prairie.
I It's just more thinking of the kind of the, as you do, right? As the biblical allusions. Title is Better to Marry in Bird. Now we've got a biblical plague. Like, what else is going to happen of biblical proportions? Oh, adultery. Oh.
Okay, so I will say that that Philip Wiley, the depiction was Philip Wiley was perfect.
Oh,
it was exactly how he's written in the book. So creepy and awful, and it was perfect. Somebody mentioned on our website, somebody sent us a message on our Facebook page that they were sorry about the truncated sex scene.
Yeah, in the stable. Yeah,
and that they'd wanted something a little bit more like it was in the book. And I don't think there was enough space for that. I thought what they did with it was okay. And it kind of carried across the sentiment of what was going on in the book, because he does gamble those 2 rings. And it's not a happy thing for Claire at all.
I wish, though, I think that so in the book scene, so I found that dissatisfactory too. I was like, I'm just not, I don't really,
it doesn't carry the same
doesn't feel believable to me. And so I think what needed to happen was the way in which it happened in the books, where Jayme just kind of every time he's coming up to Claire during the wedding, he's kind of burning for her, right? And there is this kind of all day, this sort of mounting sort of sexual tension between them, and then that's and then bam, it happens, and that they were interacting enough that there were little things he could have said, or little things to sort of build that up, where instead of it just seemingly kind of coming out of nowhere, except for him, as I was watching it, I was thinking of the spanking scene, or when she gets him back the next episode in episode 1, or in season 1, of kind of, there's always been a little bit of, violent, I guess, sort of tension between them sometimes in sex. And so it's like, okay, this, I guess technically it is believable, but in this particular situation, I'm just not really getting it. So
it was almost the whole Sam and Diane moment of I hate you, who's turned on more type of, exactly. And I mean, it's not something that hasn't happened before with them, but it also wasn't the setup that we needed. I mean, he does watch her all day long from afar and come up behind her even and diddles with her a bit, and and then they find themselves at the end of the day, he's 10 sheets to the wind, and she wants him back. So
and I think it would have, the drama with Philip Wiley and him wanting her and her being repulsed by him would have been a nice kind of way of doing that too, or of making her connection with Jayme just so much more, so much stronger, I guess. But anyway, so let me see, do I have any other notes? Lord John Grey, and Governor Tryon, get around to weddings
all the time.
If you're a gentleman, I guess that's what you do. Travel over the country. I mean,
they even mentioned that he's like,
is the man never in Virginia?
Well, and they even say that Jayme is 10 days away.
I know.
So imagine how far Virginia must be.
Exactly. Oh, but Jocasta, the guy that I'm in love with, his aunt is getting married. So, hey, I'm going to use the opportunity to come down and see him. And of course, break the hearts of every woman in the area.
Yeah, and not bring William and not do any of it.
I think they're just trying to remind us that he exists.
Yes, because he does play a part later. It's important. But this again felt like it had it had several hearts to this one. The last episode had such a heart that beat at the center. And the one before that was just a whole lot of plot points. This felt like it had 3 different plots, but no real thing to tie it together. So you had the plot with Jayme and the rings and the horse and Claire. And you had the plot with the gold and Murtagh and Jocasta. And then you had the plot with Bree and Roger. And so, but none of them really fit together. So there was no real through line on that, like there was in the last episode. And I think that might be why I'm left a little dissatisfied, is that I wanted more from each of those, but it was just a taste of it.
I agree. I think as far as the successful storyline, the Jocasta storyline was the successful one in this. Definitely.
Yeah, because it begins with that, and I think that was the through line they were going with. But Jocasta, that story, those story themes did not match what was going on with Jayme. Did not match what was going on with Roger.
So, we'll see. That hopefully means next episode it's going to be good. It's going to be so good. So we'll hang on and see. So,
okay.
Cool. All right. You doing well otherwise?
Doing well. Still no COVID over here. How about you?
Yeah, I'm okay for now. Staying home. So everybody stay home, stay safe, be well.
Watch Outlander.
Watch Outlander.
Read
Listen
Outlander.
to all our episodes again, because hey, we've been told that on the second time they're even better. So
woohoo!
And we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.